Bronx Tale. Let me set up the scene right here. This Collegiano, he's running towards somebody. It's Sonny, the mob boss, and there's gonna be a scene. And the person that kills Sonny, is retribution for his dad getting killed. And he's waited all this time. He gets a gun and just he shoots the guy. But it's a deeper story. People think, in these school I went to, they argue with it. They said over and over because I said, well, it's this and that. It's just like, it's about a talent loss or a loss of talent. This movie is about. Which, yeah, maybe there's loss of talent, but a loss of talent of who exactly? There's people that just, they didn't care about the talent or the talents they had, which is great. But there's just so much to this movie. And to me, the first thing that struck me with this movie, and I'll get to eventually, is just, there's people that just don't care, but people like that, so for some people, fear lasts is more stronger than love, you know. But I think not just I don't want to abuse the word love, but it's like it's respect and admiration or just liking somebody, but traditionally respect, But you can respect somebody from hatred as well, right? That's you show them respect based on hatred. But when you love and like somebody and is genuine, I mean, it really never dies. You can have circumstances that pushes you aside from each other, and you have bumps in the road in your relationship or knowing that person. But if there's you like them and they're genuine, you're genuine, then and you respect them, even though you have certain circumstances. But yeah, let me just play the movie or a part of it.
I had to tell him. I wanted to thank Sonny. He saved my life. See, I swear to my mom, my grandma's still sick. I'll give you 20 next week. Forget the 20!
And there's a Sonny running into the bar to Sonny. Collegiano running to the bar to see Sonny.
Get the fuck out of here! I'm losing there! What the fuck is going on my fault?
I'm not gonna get to the specifics. Like, that's a mob boss. You said you don't care what he is. Like, I'm not a mob boss. I'm not that crazy. But like, really, you don't give a fuck what he is? Hey, come on, man. Let me see your hand. Let me see your hand. Bang, you motherfucker. How dare ya? Hey, you little fucker. It's like, I mean, even that guy doesn't fear the guy. Or maybe he fears him. He just, you don't get a respect for that. He fears him at a certain level, this and that. But in the background, it's like, fuck it. He's not here, so I'm gonna say whatever. Because fear lasts, but fear is just such a weak emotion. When it goes away, your real self comes out. When you love, you like, and all the positive things, it gets diluted, but it eventually comes out and stays. Uh, for lack of better wording, basically, to feel positive about something, have respect for it, lasts a lifetime. Maybe even after that. Furthermore.
All I could see was these big smiling faces. All of a sudden, out of all these smiling faces, there was this one face. I couldn't stay. I kept looking at this one face, and then I realized why. He wasn't smiling. All I could see was the sky. And nobody could see him but me.
Point blank in the head, without even looking. In mob assassination, it just felt like the guy. I mean, the guy has so much hatred, and he said some wise thing to this guy, but it was just like so cold blooded. It was just like, oof, it's just so disgusting. You know, obviously in a setting like that, you know, people just grab the gun and just go crazy, but it's really not about that.
The guy that killed Sonny was the son of the man that he killed 8 years earlier in front of my house.
That areas earlier, I mean, the Bronx Tale, you know, that's how, uh, yeah, I'm pretty sure, you know, Collegian over there saw a murder. He didn't say anything. You know, it was his son.
All I could see was these big smiling faces. All of a sudden, out of all these smiling faces, there was this one face. I couldn't stay. I kept looking at this one face, and then I realized why.
You know, I can't be succumb to this moment. It's creepy, disgusting, but then you know, you let it go and it's over. Then you just concentrate on explanation, the aftermath, and you try to resolve the issue. You know, just caught up in a moment. You probably like violence and all the other stuff.
He wasn't smiling. All I could see was the sky.
Doesn't he look like a shark just going there, just like mitigating through the crowd, just like an assassin for whatever reason.
But nobody could see him but me.
And it's like he knew before he pulled the gun. I mean, if you look, he pulled the gun. The way he's looking, you know something's gonna happen. And suddenly everyone's staring that way. So he's the only one that could see that. I mean, wouldn't you just be fear and shock? Even if you watch that, and I don't like Sonny that much. He's a gangbanger. He's a mobster. But man, just a haunting moment. Well, I imagine I mean, the only thing I could say is, split second he was gone. But it is a form of violence. And it's for violence for him, for, his life being ended like that. And for everybody that was there just went through that shock and experienced that. It's disgusting. And they say the funeral is for the living. What about a murder? And witnessing a murder is for the living as well. Because you live with that. And they're struggling with the guy. Either they get him, they beat him up. It doesn't matter. It's disgusting nonetheless. He sacrificed the life for the better good, ending his life and that guy's life. So, you got two lives that are lost, and everybody that is traumatized. They couldn't. I mean, to seeing that, it's horrible. It's violence. I just don't believe I have to explain it. You should know that.
The guy that killed Sonny was the son of the man that he killed 8 years earlier in front of my house.
Right. I remember being in my school and just, I don't know, people just don't care about that. They don't care about how, you take somebody's life and eventually, someone actually cares about that person, lost somebody. It's like, you're haunted by that. And I'm not going to attribute that, I don't like saying he could have been a nice guy or something, but he took somebody's life. If I was that guy's son, I would have haunted me. I would have taken his life as well. Except not that way. Maybe I would have, did some investigating, get his fingerprints, this and that. I would have haunted the whole block. You don't get to take somebody's life for your own fucking purpose, over a parking spot or whatever. Or maybe for some reason, maybe someone was just good, genuine, and you hate the fuck out of him, and you want to take my life. But your life doesn't matter, does it, Powell? And Cirillo. And the rest of you fucking heathens from St. Mary's. Your life isn't important. You didn't give to society just because you collect a paycheck and have a job and you have a little tie and I don't care about your lesbian experience whatsoever. It's not about your sexuality in the bedroom and your little closet of anger. It's your mentality is the problem. And here is the funeral. You got the mobsters with the Cadillacs. they have expensive cars. You know, they show up because they say the funeral is for the living, right? Pay your respects for what? For the dead. Hey, did you pay respect? Was you really humbled? I mean, were you respectful to him whether people were alive? I'm getting tired of saying that. It's a lot of people that he had business with, a lot of people that he interacted with him, that, his organization, whether it's whatever you're into, people show up at the funeral, right? To pay the respects, they're right there.
There were flowers all over the place. Gangsters have this thing about flowers. They think whoever sends the biggest array.
It's not just about gangsters, but I understand that. It's like people think that, the flowers, this and that, you pay, and then probably people think, oh, I paid this amount, but look at the colors, this and that. It's a cadaver. It's a person, a body, actually not a body without a mind that's working, and it's laying there in front of you, couple days, whatever it was. It had embalming fluid to preserve it, and you're staring at it, and you're buying flowers to impress either that person or everyone around him that you bought. You got the nicest bouquet for somebody, for a dead person. But and again, you're like showing off. You respect how you spend more money and, like, colorful and all that. Like, there's nothing wrong with just being respectful to the individual before he died.
Arrangement cares the most. It was just like Sonny said it would be. Nobody.
And by the way, look at everybody just having fun. It doesn't matter that you respect to this. I get it, you're supposed to. My thing is, I don't like to see a deceased body nonetheless. But even if you have that, look at everybody else and in the Western Hemisphere culture of a funeral. Yeah, hey, remember this guy? Come here, man. Remember this story? And they're having fun. Maybe, maybe we should have a story about this and that, how that guy lived. But is it really for the living? It's just a hangout party. How many of those people actually cared about that guy? How many people, if I die, would care about me? Do you think I want to see you at my funeral? Do I want a funeral for what? For me? Stop being fake. Stop being fake. Like, seriously. And that's why I don't want anybody to see crying at my funeral. Yeah, people make jokes about that. But, people probably don't want to see it. Let's say you have a spirit and you ascend or you're around or something. You don't want to see any tears. It hurts you. That's what I think, when Biggie said, I think that's what he meant. At least that's how I would say. I want people to be jovial about my life. But also, I wouldn't want to die and I would want people to respect me, which is too much to ask for these days.
Cares. Nobody cares.
It's that phrase, Sonny was right or something. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's really evident. And that was in the 90s. I mean, I don't care about your religion affiliation, your little community, your little friendships, this social media. It's like, it's right there. Like, it's all fake and facade. It's what it is. And look at this man. And he knew a lot of people that had money and they could afford those flowers. And maybe 2, 3, 4 hours. Usually at a funeral home, they have a certain agreement, like, couple hours, this and that, and then it's like, people just leave or something like it. The party goes away. Not hi, but the party goes away, and he's the only one left there. And I'm pretty sure he left an imprint on his life, and he was there for him. He didn't buy a bouquet, did he?
I'm sorry, C, but we gotta close up now. Listen, Jerry, could you just give me a couple more minutes? Okay, I'll be in my office.
I did that I did that last time at a guy's funeral. I'm not gonna interject my own personal experience, but I thought I was a cat that would do some good, and I just, I told him, man, I'm sorry for you. I was there for you in your last, weeks and stuff, but I don't like this praying stuff. But I went into that same thing, and I think this guy really respected him, even though he creeped him out or something. He respected him. One of the people.
How you doing, Sonny? Not so good, huh? She passed the test, that's what I wanted to tell you.
This is what you're supposed to say. This is one of the things when at a funeral home, like I don't like to do that when there's a lot of people because it's personal, and it's like I don't know some of these people, but it's like you say something personal about the person, like you just want them to be at peace, and you remember the good moments, even though they're bad moments. You remember the good moments, and you realize you want to appeal to the person's good side. That's what it's kind of about. But I don't want to do it anymore.
She might be my first great one, and I'm gonna go out with her. Thanks for helping me. I want to thank you for saving my life. I never got a chance to tell you. They all died. Slick, Aldo, Mario, Ralphie, all of them.
You would think it's, well, why is he telling that when it's his life? But let's look at it from a perspective of he's alive and stuff, and he was trying to warn them about those people, right? And he wants to tell them that you were kind of right. They all died, this and that. Except he died as well. But it's like he feels sorrow here. He feels sorrow, like they're all gone. He's gone, and when you're in a moment like that, maybe. And I'm not saying it's scripted. Maybe you just say it's like what would you be in that situation? You would have a certain compassion or empathy, and you probably get to that level as well. So when I said those words, and when it was just like, man, I should have wrote it better for the movie. It comes out. You just shocked. You're looking at a dead person to begin with, and also there's a lot of things going around. Like like why did you even pass away?
So I thought it was wrong. I'm just speaking out loud. It's okay. It's understandable.
And that's Joe Pesci. He played in that movie. He was the one of the guys that like because of him, the person died. That the son killed Sonny over there. At least that's how I think it. Because I mean, people disputed this and that when it's just really it isn't so much about that, but it is a certain level. But it's just about the human experience and just about having a spirit and just soul and a mind and compassion, empathy, and just living your life. And yeah, I don't know, just about that.
See, this man here is a great man. He saved my life. Yeah? You Lorenzo, the bus driver's kid? Yeah. C, right? Yeah. Sorry, told me all about you.
I mean, no offense, just I pointed out before, Joe Pesci looks just himself. He's like, I'm not gonna act in this. I'm just gonna do myself here. He doesn't look like Joe Pesci. Kind of, I don't know. Maybe it was a prelude about him having a character. It's like, and I know you kind of, I don't think you see him in every scene, but it's like, it's fuck, nah, Joe Pesci. What do you mean, nah, Joe Pesci? That's how he really is. It's like, I don't want to act here. I'm just gonna fucking say a bunch of things. It's like, you kind of like, no, I think they're trying to say something. He just didn't want to do it. I don't know. Just let's look at it.
Sorry, but I don't even know who you are. My name's Carmine.
Joe Pesci.
Go back a long way, I guess.
I mean, Carmine, come on, man. Come on. No, but all right.
He saved my life too once.
And he looks like he's like House Alone when they get caught or something like that. He looks maybe usually when I'm seeing Joe Pesci in movies, it's like he's mad angry. He's like he's not that relieved. I mean, it's kind of creepy, right? and he's smiling. Like, what is that? Did I miss something here?
I don't remember the day. Many years ago, in front of your house. You don't remember this? Yeah, the baseball bat. You were the guy that got hit with the baseball bat, right? Yeah, I remember.
First of all, like, how can you remember this? But alright, for whatever.
I was there. So the whole thing. I don't care. Somebody told me what you did. Listen, I've been away. But I'm gonna be in the neighborhood now, too.
The guy in front of the house with the baseball bat. He got hit and the guy got shot. And then there was this kid that, killed Sonny. That's retribution. And, I mean, yeah, it was kind of off-putting how he would just smile at it. Maybe just, just a random thing. Maybe they had some business. He was away. Because, through the whole movie, you don't see Joe Pesci there. Or, I mean, his character, right? So it's like, things happen for different reasons. And, it's just very ambiguous, but this smile just dictates something.
Care, thanks for a while. If you need anything, I want you to come and see me at the bar, okay? I think I'm gonna give the bar a rest for a while, but thanks anyway. Okay, I understand. Was that fight really over a parking space? No.
It wasn't over parking space. It just seemed like it happened so fast. It was over parking space. I always thought it was about respect, and that's how I took this movie. And it's like, you could say it was about lost talent, this and that, but it's about somebody disrespecting somebody that probably had mob affiliations, or who knows, and it was like, you had to defend the guy. That's why I took it.
Don't forget, you need anything, you come to the bar and you see me.
And by the way, like, because of that guy that's laying in the coffin, he saved your life. He kind of got there a little bit late, didn't he? With a smile on his face. Yeah. It doesn't really matter about if I know what this, and that, when all this stuff is going around, huh? And it's like people just hang on to this tiny little detail, and they get angry at you because, well, you don't agree with, you didn't get, but look at all the other details that you missed in your life. They're Powell, they're, Cirillo, they're Kim, Salcido, all the rest of you people, huh? Do you really care about someone that, goes through pain in their life, huh? Do you even have any concept of that?
Anything. Alright. So, okay. Dad, what are you doing here?
I came to pay my respects to your friend. Are you okay?
Yeah. Dad, I'm sorry if I ever hurt you in any way.
It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Sonny, I want to thank you for saving my kid's life. I never hated you. I guess it's that I was just mad at you because you made him grow up so fast.
That's not it. That's not it. There is a danger element. The guy in the coffin, he killed people, and his son was in a predicament that he might have not snitched or somebody. His son might have been in danger. His life might have been in danger. And he talked about, it's that fakeness when people die. Like, oh, I didn't want. What is that crap? Is the Hollywood crap? Is how all you fucking people live your life when somebody dies. Then you say you have a conscience, a soul. You buy flowers. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Listen, that fucking piece of shit right there. Yeah, let's say your kid would have said, oh yeah, he shot this person. Who knows what he could have done to you? He could have fucked you up for life. Alright? That's a fucking gangster gangbanger, okay? Alright, hey, it's not about that. It's about this, you people that fall to that category, hey, you have no reasoning, You really don't. You lack it, and you're fake, and you're fraud, I mean, and then there's a scene about, De Niro's character right here saying, who's the real man? The guy that gets up every day, goes to work, or the fucking gangbanger or gangster, or anybody manipulates, do something really, really easy and, just gets away with it. Who's the real tough guy? And then he just succumbs to that.
May God have mercy on us.
May God have mercy on your soul. And the thing the guy did is would you even care at that point? Is that your little belief system in the afterlife? Your little God will take care of you. Like Jesus, if you believe that, then you sure as fake, in the real world, aren't you?
Sonny, did you hear that? Your father didn't hate you. Nobody cares, huh? You were wrong about that one.
He was wrong about that one. Really? I don't take fake sympathy. I'd rather you be honest with you and spit in my face for real instead of just thinking, obsessing about it. And then if I die, chances are you would do a lot more worse.
Wasted talent.
Is that what they got the whole message on the waste of talent because he said that? I mean, who knows? Sonny maybe could have been up against this and that. That's what you think about. What about the other stuff that preludes to the point where he became this and that and this guy and then the other guy? You don't think about that, right? How about, I don't know, waste of consciousness and, appreciating reality and honesty? Think about that.
See you around, Sonny.
Let's go home, see.
Sonny, my father, always said that when I get older, I would understand. Well, I finally did. I learned something from these two men. I learned to give love and get love unconditionally. You just have to accept people for what they are. And I learned the greatest gift of all. The saddest thing in life is wasted talent.
Yeah, it is. It is the saddest thing in life, wasted talent. You have all the talent in the world, but you know what? Honestly, people abuse you for your talent nonetheless. And you will abuse people with talent. There's people that are talented, they just don't care about anything. You know? The irony is, wasted talent. Geez, let me know. What about Joe DiMaggio? He had a lot of talent, huh? He didn't waste his talent. What about those people, this guy right here just learning that, maybe you shouldn't worship Joe DiMaggio nonetheless. Nothing wrong with being talented, just enjoying the game. Why don't you get to the root part of it? Hey, Joe DiMaggio is a baseball player. You can collect his credit. I mean, his people want to get my credit card. You can have it, his baseball trading card. You can have his jersey, but don't worship the guy. He's having fun. He's making money off of this stuff. He has talent. He didn't waste it. There was that, but it's the whole little world people live in that they caught up in this stuff. Joe DiMaggio didn't waste his talent, right? Even if you had talent, you had no compassion and decency, would it matter? Would it matter to your life? Because you have money, you have talent, you worship, you're a celebrity, you're a star in other people's lives, would it matter? You don't